Hi everyone, I'm Kristin Myers, editor-in-chief of ETF.com, here with some Friday facts, Trump tariff edition. So we've had a lot of questions about the Trump tariffs and how it's going to impact not only the US economy, but also markets and perhaps your investment portfolio. So let's get right to it. First question, how will Trump tariffs impact the US economy? Well, many economists largely estimate that these tariffs are actually going to reduce US GDP, that's gross domestic product, the extent of which is still yet to be calculated in its entirety. As up until recently, we have previously gotten Trump tariff proposals in the form of baseline tariffs around everyone or only certain nations. But now we have individualized tariffs particularly on countries that we have the largest trade deficits with. And so the totality of the impact of these tariffs on US GDP is still being tabulated, but it is largely expected that the US economy is going to weaken as a result of these tariffs. Question 2, will your goods that you buy at the store become more expensive because of Trump tariffs? In a word, yes. It is largely expected that we're going to see a lot of manufacturers and importers pass on the cost of those tariffs to American consumers. So those items, if they are brought in from another country, are going to become more expensive once it hits the shelves and you decide to reach into your wallet and purchase it. So what is the impact that Trump tariffs are going to have on your investment portfolio? Well, as we have seen, markets do not like tariffs and they even hate uncertainty, economic uncertainty, even more. And as a result of these tariffs, we have continued to see markets really take a nosedive, particularly in the sectors of retail, consumer discretionary, industrials, and manufacturing as a result of these tariffs. If you are someone who is investing in retail or the home building sector, this is something that is going to be incredibly painful for you going forward. So how should you invest around Trump tariffs? The answer is honestly, you shouldn't. We have no idea where tariffs are going to go, and the president continues to change his mind and also hit the policies around tariffs. We previously only had tariffs against Canada, Mexico, and China, and now we see it around the entire world. There is a possibility that in a couple of weeks or a couple of months that Trump decides to actually raise tariffs or get rid of them altogether. We honestly do not know. And as we've always said, timing the market is not as good as time in the market. So if you have an investment strategy that you think is still going to work for the long term, stick with it, dollar cost average in, and continue to buy those ETFs that you love. And last up, what are some of the best ETFs that you should buy to really combat stagflation, which is higher levels of inflation and weakening economic growth? Well, here at ETF.com, we do have those answers for you. So first, look to those safe haven assets. An ETF like GLD, which is a gold shares ETF, is a really great way to make sure that you continue to outperform the broader market. Consumer staples, while consumer discretionary continues to sink, consumer staples, that's going to be ticker XLP, is a really great place to look as consumers are going to continue to spend, but on things that they really need. You can also take a look at utilities, XLU. It's not sexy, but everyone is going to continue to need light and power and water and all those other utilities for their homes and their businesses. We also have short-term bond ETFs. So we've got BGSH and SGOV. Those are both short-term bond ETFs. Now, typically bonds are a risk-free investment vehicle, and that's something that you're also going to want to look at. And then last up, we've got oil, USO. That's United States Oil ETF. Again, while oil can remain volatile, it is a way to continue to broadly outperform the market, even if you are in the negative. And if you have any questions, drop it in the comments below and be sure to follow us as we keep you updated on all the news that has to do with tariffs.